G'day everyone, Still Horse here. We're on Griffin, Indiana with Kevin, and we're at the start of December. And there is snow on the way today, looking at the forecast. So it's a little after 7 in the morning, and I've got a few jobs on the board today. A variety of different things, but the first stop, we're on our way to the store because we need to pick up the piece of equipment that we bought a little while ago and that we've left sitting down there. As much as he didn't want another piece of equipment to manage in the yards, we need to. We've also got to get our harvester back. We've left that sitting around for a bit long, so he does want to get some work done configuring the yard. There's also a couple of contracts that he grabbed, the harvests that we did last time. Those fields need cultivating, and it's a little while. He thought on the way to the store we might pop in and just check and see how the spinnery and the sheep are going. So that's kind of why we're in the tractor, but doing a trip that we'd probably normally do in the ute or the truck. He's also ordered a container which hopefully will be useful for storing the fabric. The folks at the spinnery have got a bit of a habit of putting the fabric out the front. And this winter he'd kind of like to get that sort of packed up a little bit and stored away, so he's hopeful of doing that. So we might take care of that while we're over here. The sun will be up shortly. It looks like, apart from being cold with some snow showers, they're pretty woolly clouds we can see there, so it does look a bit like snow's on the way. We should have a couple of hours to get things organized. And there you go, that's what he means with the pellets of fabric. So what he's kind of hoping, maybe over here somewhere we can just drop a pallet. Let's see what the sheep themselves are up to. So we have 80 sheep. They're at 95%, which suggests that we've just had some more born. Let's have a look at our sheep here. So we've got a few older ones that will probably sell after they next reproduce. Now that we've got just about a full, so we've just had 10 new lambs, so that's why the health is just down a fraction. That'll come up pretty quickly. They've got plenty of feed, they're producing wool, and around the side here we've got almost 3 pallets of wool that we can move into the spinnery, so we'll take care of that while we're here. So we're pretty well set up now down here. Quite comfortably, the spinnery will be generating an income for us, much to the surprise of the locals. All it took was just to get the balance there. The sun's just starting to peek through now, just to get the balance of production. We still haven't seen any cotton, and it'll be interesting to see if any is planted in the new year. Not something that Kevin's proposing to do, that's for sure. Actually, we could pop that container just along the back wall there. That might be a good spot for it. Then there's all that rubbish. I don't think we can move the rubbish along the side wall. I'm just going to get that little part bale just while we're there. And in the new year, we'll have to sort out some more. Maybe by the looks, as the population gets up, they eat it a little faster. Let's see here. Stuck inside. Find out what's happening. We don't need our seed production going. We don't need our silage production going. Now the spinnery has a little bit of wool, so we'll let you run for another month. And if we have a look here in our silos, this was the unit, and maybe that's the smartest place to put him, just alongside it. Along there, or at the around the back. Maybe around the back's a bit more secure, isn't it? I think let me just pop you on there like so. And then you can open the doors. I think what we'll do is just extend our gravel. So that it looks the part. Right. Probably worthwhile while we're doing it. Let's extend a track around. That kind of looks like it should be. How we would go through here. A little bit of mud for good measure. Right. So now, with any luck, we've got a little bit of a storage solution. I was expecting that to disappear into the container. We'll have to investigate that. I don't believe I've got to put it in the... No. Does it have to go in further? Ah, there it is. just didn't have it quite in the trigger, but they'll stack neatly in the back, which is exactly what we're looking for. And that'll keep them out of the weather. And we can see there we've got potential for 50 pallets, which is more than we'll get in a year. And if we look at our best price comes in May, and we've already got 25,000 worth of product stored up and another 6 months to go. So we're comfortably now making well over half what it cost us to set this up on an annual basis. So that's all good. So that can just sit there. Pop the this back under the stoop. There we go. So that's the sheep taken care of for another little while. So now and the sun's now up, so now we can head down to the store and get our contracts sorted out and get that auger back to the yard. So our major focus over the next couple of months is to sell the produce that we've accumulated for as close to the best price as we can practically get, whilst also getting our yard reconfigured and the additional sheds put in so we can get our equipment out of the wind, out of the weather over the winter. So with that in mind, that was why Kevin's jumped on these couple of contracts. He's borrowed a big cultivator combination which should whip through them really quickly. And there's the big auger wagon that we snapped up. While we're here, we'll have a quick look in the sale. So nothing much happening here that is of particular interest to us. We've already got a sprayer for the extent that we use it, so we'll pass on those. Let's get you hooked up. Rightio. And then you can follow us. Over to field 12, I guess we'll do first. It's the larger of the two. And we can get the worker started while we go back and have a bit of a look at how we're going to approach this yard. And just the first flurries of snow starting to fall, so shouldn't get in our way too much. If it gets too heavy, we'll take an early mark. But for now, where's our... He's coming along, no sign of the train. So we can safely proceed. So this is 12 just here on our left. So we'll just stop up here. get him started. Very convenient. So we'll do 12 first. Let's head into the field. And see what we can do. 14 metre width will whip through it, I think. We'll do 2 headlands. You can start on the centre. Smooth will be fine. Generate the course. Yeah, it looks very easy. We'll start you off. You're pretty much in the right spot. That wasn't a bad guess. Watch him unfold. Hydraulics are working. Everything's where it should be. Always pays to check this hire equipment, and off he goes. He's away. So we'll let them go and we'll head back up to our place. In fact, what we'll do is grab that harvester on the way past. Should already have done that. Snow's picked up a little bit now. Could have shut those gates, I suppose. That wouldn't have been a bad idea. So we can see that cultivator's already a tenth. They were coming up to 10, towards 10% of the way done on field 12, so he won't take the whole day. Let's just, what we might do is, with the work we want to do in the yard, we might just pop these vehicles on the verge here for the moment. Pull you around. Just to get the auger wagon off the road. And drop you off. Let's head back in. Feels a lot warmer here in the cab with that snow falling. Now we need more cash, which is part of the reason we're doing the contracts before we can do too much of the works we've got planned. And we've also got some equipment to move around and a couple of trees to take out. So we might pull the trees out of the way. In fact, we've also got some straw to sell out of that barn. So let's just have a look at our prices for sales. So the barley price is coming up, but it won't peak till next month. The wheat's getting much closer, but it's the same sort of deal. Oats is similar. they're all sort of January propositions by the looks to sort of tidy up our crop. And then, of course, the soy we won't sell till July. They've still got 1,000 to put up. So that'll be a nice financial boost in the middle of next year. But coming down here, our straw, we're sitting on a bit of that. That's up at $82 and still rising. So if we could hang off a couple of hours with the straw, that might help. So what we might take care of first, let's get a couple of these trees quickly down and out of the way. This one's got to go. And this one over here has to go. And this little one over here, I think. So there's 3 stumps to get rid of. We've got to move here. So the basic plan, I'd like to keep these two, is to put a gate somewhere in here. So there's a long shed we want to run across here. We want to have sort of a horseshoe style turn. This shed goes, and we'll put a big drive-through cover for trucks and the like. And then thinking of a barn or a more modern building that'll fit in this section. So that's the rough plan. So a few of these things have to go. So let's just pull these trees back out of the way. Left shift, whoops. So left shift R grabs the winch rope. And then we can pop you on the tree. And then just whip you back around the corner here out of the way. And deal with you later. I'll delete you off there. We do the same with the other two. Or are we going to pull you two up by the house, I think? Or maybe we'll get you between the sheds. Possibly. I think up by the house. Out of the way over here might be a better proposition. The quicker the better. Just pop him back. There'll be plenty of time to deal with this, and we'll also get the ones out of the twilight field. Pulls that easily over there. if we go and grab that stump grinder, we can deal with the 3 stumps. Let's pull our seeder out of the way too. At least we've got a bit of space to work with. Kevin watches a few of those fellas that use that YouTube thing out at the UK, and he doesn't know how they manage in those tiny, tight little yards that they have, but each to their own, I guess. So we need to grab our stump grinder. And go and do this one that's over here in front of us first. That's better. All done. Just got to get it in the right spot. Just one over here. That one was easier. We've got more room already. And where's that other one? Right, that's the stump sorted. Let's put you over by the barn where you're not going to be. You shouldn't be in the way there anyway, because the plan is to leave that equipment stand. But we might pop him just a bit closer because it'd be nice to get. Right, so let's pop you over here out of the way. Now, we've got a trailer to move there, the ute to leave there. Probably don't need to move that trailer, to be honest. Let's have a look at our removals. So the idea is to take this, and that'll give us a little bit of money pulling him out. So get that out of the way in the middle there. And this shed's got to go also. So then maybe we'll take that shed. We'll just see what sits alongside. So the shed that he wants to use on this side is down here somewhere. There are lots of sheds. So maybe some, no, bigger than that one. Something like so. Was what he had in mind, although it might be more in keeping with the structure. So and maybe it does have to go that little shed over there. I think it does. So let's take demolish. Yes. Take this guy. Put you something like So, which will give us nice separation from the house. Now, let's see what levels we've got here. I think what we'll do... What are you overlapping with? Save first. Always be safe. Now come back to our shed. Still says it's overlapping. Let's see how much landscaping it does, and we can always go back. Won't let me place it at all. Imagine why. Let us landscape. Let's pick height. I reckon if we pick this height here. It's probably those bushes that are causing us the grief. So let's demolish. Let us... Usually I can paint them out. Let's try that. Okay. So now if we put our shed in. That's a bit better. Angle do we want? I think ideally something like kind of annoying that when you rotate, it doesn't rotate around the axis that is the cursor. So that's doing $2,000 worth of landscaping there. Let's see what it puts. I'm happy with that as a shed position on the side of the yard. A little bit to do here to get our, depending on where we run our driveway, but I'm thinking down there, and that'll give us heaps of storage now for all of our implements. So we can go ahead and get some gravel, paint that in the way we want it. Beautiful. So the next piece of the puzzle is another building that looks something like this guy to pop in here. to give us storage for the heavy haulage. Now we're going to need a little more cash for that one, but this will give us some pretty easy cover for big trailers and trucks, and it'll fit neatly without getting in the way of access to the shed that we've just put in, and easy access to the silo. So that'll go in there. And then on the end here, it's a bit loud color wise. We want to be a little bit color sensitive. It's probably something along those sort of lines is what he's got in mind. It's just a matter, 300,000 is more than he wants to spend. There was one more up here. These Michigan sheds aren't bad. We could potentially put a couple of those in. Have we got any color adjustments on them? No, we do not. But something like this would fit quite nicely in and alongside the cow pasture there. So, or even the triple. Just not sure if we get the harvester in the triple, that's the only thing. Maybe even this guy. Something like so. Looks a little bit oversized. Makes all the rest of our yard stuff look a bit small. Either way, we've got to sell a few things to get the next steps in place. So for now, though, we've got a great place to put some of this equipment away, and let's see how our hay prices, our straw prices are progressing. Hasn't moved very much. I'm tempted to take a load down just to get it out of the way, so that we can put this other shed in. So we might do that. Actually, before we do that, there is one more thing we could sort out. If I'm not mistaken, another half dozen of our cows have given birth. So we could do a run with cows. He was keen to buy another batch of 30 calves if he can. And maybe we'll get a better feel for the prices just selling off the straw prices, just selling the livestock first. Looks so much more open with that closed shed we were storing in the hay out of the middle of the yard already. Question is, which of the pastures has, if we go to the top, They're the two new Twilight ones we put in that he'd like to add some more cows to. In fact, all three of those would be good. The home pasture, they have some that give birth next month and in a couple of months' time. Is there enough room for them to give birth? What's that? 30, 42 there is. So they're in good shape. Oh, sorry, 24, 36, 48. There is plenty of room for them to give birth. The milk cows are fine. Maybe there wasn't any. They give birth next month. They're a couple of months. So it's, there we go. They're the ones that have just given birth. So at 3,125. So let's grab those. They're in the home pasture just here. We will 3,125. We'll select all of those. And head down to Larson's. And it looks like our man here on the cultivator is on the first of his headlands. So by the time we get these sold, it'll be time to move him across to do the other contract, I think. The timing will work out quite nicely. Not too busy down here at Larson's, so this won't take us very long at all. Just sell our 6 and replace them with 30 calves. $18,000, and then come in here and find our Angus, and we want to buy a trailer full. So 6 fully grown and give us 30 new, which is a nice deal. And even more interestingly, or more usefully, kicks us back up over the amount we need to buy the next shed in the line. Might just hop in here and give the cultivator driver a smoko, finish off the contract and relocate across to the other fields. Pull up here on the verge with enough room to swing. Big New Holland powering through it. That says the contract's finished. We might just run around the corner. Looks like it's not quite done. Just leave the cows there for a minute. They'll be warm enough. There's sort of a watery sun poking through at present. We'll whip over to the other fields. For everything to unfold, and then we're good to go. Oops. Get ourselves lined up a little bit better than that, I think. This one shouldn't take long at all. Not losing any blades, rippers off the device. Everything's pulling nicely. Slightly off course there. That's a better line. Gradually getting those trees stripped down when he gets a few minutes. Let's see here. Pretty sure those ones go in that side. So we want to take 15 out of there. Move those in. And then on the other side, do the same thing. Nose 15 into that one. Let's check how that hay price is going. Sorry, the straw price. We're up $1. I think by the time we get down there, we'll be in the best position we're going to get for today. Here we go. There is our straw almost sold. There's always one bale just wants to hang on. Excellent. Their timing's pretty good. We can check in on our cultivating because that's coming up to 30% left. So we know from experience that'll only take a few minutes and then we can finish those contracts. I think that'll be the end of contracts for the season, given that we're in December. Can't imagine that we'll get much more pop up. And there we go. We're just coming up to finish off the field. 99%. We'll go all the way to the end. And that'll be this job done. And a nice little load of cash into the kitty. Just to make sure we've got that, we can cover the interest payments on the harvester. But so far we've been doing pretty good at all of that. Fold you up. Head back to our truck. And we can go ahead and complete the contracts. There is another little cultivating contract on field 18. Where is that? Is that actually close by us? It is right over the road. So I think we might just grab it because we're right there That would make sense. Let's run over. Because field 18 is right opposite us here. It's only a couple of 100 meters away. So let's go and grab that contract. It'll only take us 3 trips up and down the field to sort that out with this big piece of equipment. And then that job's done. Let's go and get that accepted. There is a contract there for wood chips, but we don't have enough time to get through that. 16 minutes left to go on that one. You down. Zip across here. You can already see how big this piece of equipment is relative to the field, so this won't take long at all. There we go, a lap of the field. Almost got us halfway there. Bit quiet up in the camping ground at this time of the year. It sits up there near the observation tower, spotting tower. Thankfully we haven't had any fires in these woods here, so it's always reassuring. Up and back should see this done comfortably. Half an hour's work. And we've got a few dollars extra in the kitty to go towards our new sheds, so it's alright. We'll head back up to the farm, load the last of those bales on the trailer so they're ready for transport in the next month or so, whenever the price jumps up just a few dollars. And we can start the guys. We won't get both the new sheds in today, but we might have them in place for the next time we have visitors. It's going to take a while to move all that equipment around. There's the contract complete. We'll just run to the end. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Hold him up. Just park him on the verge here. Let's go finish those contracts off so we can collect you. 3 collected, and that takes us up to 75 grand. Very nice. 1 2. Oh no, just didn't pick him up. Let's see if we can grab you, get you out of the way. For reasons best known to the trailer, it doesn't want to load it. There it is. So that's all done. And we can pop you over on the driveway. we'll use the tractor to move the sprayer into the new shed. Because you can go straight away. It's got a little depression there on the end. Looks a bit lonely on its own in there, but you get the idea. The service trailer can go ultimately in the shed where we've got the small workshop, and with any luck that'll fit. Just park him on the end for the minute. That's the one. It's just a question of where we place you. Put you down there. Plenty of room for all our heavy haulage equipment. Not quite enough money for the other new shed, but you can see how the yard's taking shape. A little bit of gravel to put in. We can decide how we want the roadways to go at this end. But that sort of gives everyone the idea of how it's coming together, and we've just got that last shed, that covered shed, that we'll place at the end there. So for now though, we'll leave Kevin to put all his gear away before that next snow shower comes, and we'll be back to check in with him next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe. See ya.